Shalawam, Shalawam, Israel. This your brother Tawabia coming at you with a quick lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. All right. To follow along with this lesson, Israel, you're going to need a pen and a pad. You're going to need your King James Bible and the Apocrypha. And you're going to need your Strong's Concordance. Right. Okay. So I titled this lesson here, Servants Obey Your Masters. And I did that because I wanted to equip people with precepts, because our people believe that some of our people believe that the Bible is a white man book, and he used this book to enslave us. So for the people that want to show that that's not true, I want to equip you with a couple precepts, and also to those that believe that, I want to show you that this fact is not true, right? So first we want to start with Colossians 3 and 22. So let's go there. Colossians 3 and 22. And it reads, servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as man pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing God. Right. So they take this scripture here and saying, look, this is supposed to be slavery, right? Like chattel slavery. But no, this is not true. If you understand what this is saying, you would know that they just used this to keep us in that situation, right? But this is not what it's actually meaning. And all you have to do is go down to Colossians 4 and 1 and read that. So let's go to Colossians 4 and 1. Colossians 4 and 1. Masters, give unto your servants that which is just and equal, knowing that ye also have a master in heaven. Right. So if this is talking about chattel slavery, when did we get just and equal treatment then? Right. Never. This is not what it's talking about, right? We knowing the word master is like the order, your head, who is over you, right? Like in Colossians, 1 Corinthians 11, right? The head of the woman is the man. The head of the man is Jesus, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, who the world ignorantly called Jesus. And the head of Yahweh Shah is the Father, right? So this is that order. That's your master. Like, just think of it like a teacher and a student. If you have a teacher over you, he's teaching you, you want to obey and listen to what he's saying. Or like an employee or employer. If somebody is employing you, you work for them, they paying you to do a job. If they tell you to do something, you're going to obey that, right? So this is what this is talking about, right? And we all know about this. Well, it's like, I'm going to say we all know, but it's a such thing as a slave Bible. In your spare time, look that up, right? This is where they took out all type of books because they used this. They used it in such a way that proved a point that kept us in that slavery, right? But this is not what it's actually saying, not at all, right? And just to show like the master situation I was talking about, let's go to Ephesians 6 and 5. Ephesians 6 and 5. Right, Ephesians 6 and 5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, in singleness of your heart, as unto Hamashiach, not with eye service as man pleasers, but as servants of Hamashiach, servants of Christ, doing the will of God from the heart, with good will doing service as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of the Lord, whether he be bond or free. And ye masters, do the same things unto them, forbearing, threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven, neither is there respect of persons with him. Right? So this is, like I said, this is us understanding the head, the Salakia, the order of the Most High. We are to respect that, right? And look at verse 8, knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall receive of the Lord, whether he be bond or free. What good thing do we get in chattel slavery, right? Nothing. Right. And this is just showing that master is not master and slave relationship. Not at all. Right. Let's go to Matthew 17 and 24. Matthew 17 and 24. Right. And it reads, and when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, doeth not your master pay tribute? Right. And I just brought that out just to show, like, they are talking about Yahushua, Jesus Christ. And when they came to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, do not your master pay tribute? Meaning these are the tax collectors. They is saying, do your master Yahushua, do he not pay tribute? So was Yahushua going around whipping, enslaving, rape, robbing, and murdering his disciples? It's just another precept just to show what that master is meaning. Okay, the next precept I want to bring out, let's go 1 Timothy 5 and 17. 1 Timothy 5 and 17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. Right, so that those that are above you that's teaching you, these elders, they are worthy of double honor. This is another master situation, right? Because he's your head over you. He's your elder. And he is worthy of double honors, especially when he's teaching and keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments in the faith. And he's teaching others to do so. All right, now let's go to Isaiah 29 and 16. Isaiah 29 and 16. Isaiah 29 and 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he hath no understanding? Right. And I brought this out because this is how Esau changed the Most High understanding, right? He's that potter, but he wanted to act, he's the clay, but he want to act like the potter. Like, hold up, you made this a certain way, we gonna flip it. And I'm gonna show y'all why I'm saying that, right? Because it's a certain thing that happened. It's the law of servant, bond servant, maid servants, and servants. That is in the law, but he flipped it, and we gonna get into that. Exodus 21 and 1. Exodus 21 and 1. And we're going to read through 6. Exodus 21 and 1. This is the law of a Hebrew servant, right? Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing, right? And this is sent by a servant. This is like hiring. If one of your brothers fall on hard times and you have to hire one of your brothers, right? He'll be working for you for 6 years. Or if he owe you, you borrow him something, he couldn't pay it back, he'll just work his debt off or whatever for 6 years. And in the 7th, verse 2, and in the 7th he shall go free for nothing, right? Verse 3, if he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. Verse 4, if his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons and daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out from thee, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him into the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. right? So this is just a man that is working for another Hebrew man, and if he want to go after 6 years, he free to go. But whatever he got from that master, he have to leave there because it was his master's, right? But if he is so happy that he just want to stay and he want to build with that family forever, then he gonna stay. He got that right to stay. But we didn't have that choice, right? Not at all. Okay, now let me go to Leviticus 25. Leviticus 25 and 39. And it reads, "And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxing poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant." You see that? If your brother, which if you buy a Hebrew servant, right? If thee waxing poor and be sold unto thee, meaning I'm poor, can you help me? I'll work. You know what I'm saying? If you can help me out, I'll work for you. We get things done. Thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant. We're going to get to that bondservant real soon. Don't forget when I had brought out that Isaiah 29, that Esau, he was made a certain way, but he wanted to flip things, right? And that's what he did. But we're going to get to that. Let me keep going. Verse 40. "But as an hired servant and as a sojourner, he shall be with thee and shall serve thee unto the year of Jubilee." Right, that's that 7th year, the year of Jubilee, where you can release your Hebrew servant, or you can release any debt, right, that is owed. After 7 years, it goes down to zero. It's forgiven. Verse 41. "And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, and unto the possession of his fathers shall he return." Verse 42. "For they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen." Right, it's a difference. This bond servant and this bondman is different than having a Hebrew, a brother servant. Right? Verse 43, "Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shalt fear thy power." Right. Was we ruled over with rigor by Esau, the Edomites, right, when we was in slavery? Yes, we were. Right. So they went off there. Now this is the bond servant. We're gonna get into the bond servant and the bond maids and the bondmen. How it really supposed to go. Let's go to Leviticus 25 and 43. Salaki, I'm going to start at verse 44, right? And it reads, "Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen." Salakia, "Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids." Verse 45, "Moreover, the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begot in your land, and they shall be your possession." 46, "And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them as a possession, that shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, shall not rule one over another with rigor." Right? See, you see that? This is how he flipped it. And Esau known to flip things upside down, right? So he flipped this upside down. He knew he was supposed to be the bond servant and the bondmaid, the slave. But what he do? He put us in slavery, trying to say, acting like he the chosen people. But we know that's not true, right? Now let's go. So like it. Well, that's it on that. It's just showing that Esau was the real slave. He was the real slave. So when you go from Colossians 4 and 1, or Salaki, Colossians 3 and 22, with the bondmate and the bond servant, just go right down to Colossians 4 and 1 and show, hold up, our master is supposed to give us just and equal. Did that happen? La. So we know this is not what this is referring to, right? And when you go to Exodus 21 and Leviticus 25, it shows the law of a Hebrew servant, your servant of your brethren, and a servant of the heathen, right? So with these precepts, I hope you brothers can understand this, right? And I hope you can show somebody that this is not what that's talking about, just to bring them back, because a lot of our people really honestly do believe that this is a white man book, and they did use it to enslave us. But Google the Slave Bible and do your research and look it up. Why you think they didn't want us reading? If they use this book to, if this book is really talking about that and it's not our book, why you think they didn't want us to read? Why you think they put taskmasters in the churches to make sure it's certain things only being read? We couldn't read it, but they had one person that could read it to us. Just like today, we be in these Christian churches. You don't really read the book. You listen to the pastor give out one or two precepts and then his own thoughts for the rest of the service, and just start dancing and giving out your money. Right. So Salaki, I hope that was edifying to the people. Just a little quick video. And I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. Shalawam.